Hey guys, so last month I was talking to Fami and it was like, so what was like the food that you really liked there that that you came across? And he was like, oh, I tried this thing, like the strawberry and lemon thing, like okay, so I looked it up and yeah, so basically people put lemon and like they infuse lemon in their strawberries and then they eat it, and I was like, oh man, that's so good, that sounds really good. So, and I was craving for tarts, and I was like, I've never made a tart before, not a cold one. I made like pies before, so I was like, it's just a cold pie, isn't it? So I tried it out. I've never made the pastry before, not the pastry, I've never made the pastry cream before, and I thought I'd try it out. And yeah, so if you want to see what I made in the end, stick around. Thanks. Alright, cool. Here I got 2 boxes of strawberries. They were, I think, £2 each, whatever. And then all I did was took them out of the boxes and then start rinsing them with water to get them clean. Next, you want to grab some lemons. I have 2 here, but I think 1 is more than enough. So now you want to start cutting the strawberries into quarters and removing the leafy bit. I don't know what you call them, but yeah, basically just start cutting them up and then putting them in the container. So next what you want to do is start peeling the skin of the lemon. Try not to make it so thick so that it doesn't get too bitter. And then as you can see, here's a naked lemon. And what you do next is cut them into tiny strips. So I learned this trick that if you roll the lemon around, that you get more juice when you squeeze it out. So that's what I did here. And then you want to cut the lemon in half and start squeezing it all over the strawberries to get all the juices out, basically. So next up is you want to pour in 3 tablespoons of sugar, or at least as much as you need. Like, it depends on how sweet you want the strawberries to be. So as you can see here, after putting in the sugar and the lemon zest, that the juices from the strawberries finally secreting out. So leave it there for like at least 2 hours. And yeah, time to make the pastry. So first you want some flour, then you want some sugar, then you want some butter, and then you want some eggs. And then you want to mix them up into a dough and then roll them out with flour underneath. I use cling film on top and then flour the bottom so that the dough doesn't stick to anything. I find that the cling film helps it from sticking to the rolling pin, and that the flour at the bottom keeps it from sticking to the mat. Because what you want to do next is flip it over and then try to put it into the tin. So from this point on, you want to try ease the dough into the tin, and it helps if the tin wasn't so deep, but you know, what can I do? I didn't have a pie tin. So yeah, just push it in, try to press it against the wall, and then fix it as well as you could into the tin. So once you're happy with how it looks like, you grab the rolling pin and then run it over the rim of the pie tin. This is a faster way for you to remove the excess dough outside of the rim. After that, I put in some almond to try to keep the pastry from expanding inside the oven once I start baking it. It's much better if you have ceramic beads and you line the dough with baking paper and then put the beads on top to try weigh it down so it doesn't expand and become something like this. The only downside is that you can't fit as much filling inside the pie as you want, and it doesn't look as neat, but it's okay. Leave it aside to cool down and you can start on your filling. I made the pastry cream. I found a recipe online, but I didn't film it because I don't think I did a good job. I tweaked the recipe and put in some pink coloring as well as the syrup from the strawberries earlier, and then I just filled it up all the way to the top of the crust. The only thing you need to do next is just put the strawberries from earlier and then just place it on top, and then ta-da, you're done. And I don't know, I think it looks good. Yeah, basically, yep.